Hi friends, I'm Tati. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a bookcase organizing video for you. As I've mentioned in my last couple videos, I recently moved, and that means that I had to move all my books, and I have a brand new bookcase that I have arranged and made pretty and beautiful and stuffed full of my books. First, I am going to show you the process of getting all of these in here and the trial and error that was narrowing it down to this bookshelf that is now currently behind me. And then after that, I will give you a little bookshelf tour of how everything ended up organized. I like to call it organized chaos. There's really no other way of describing it. This is very much organized chaos. Everything is not as neatly separated as I want it to be, or how it was in my other bookcase, because I have less space now to store books. So it's chaotic, but I love it. So I'm gonna let Tati from almost 2 months ago take you through the first part of organizing this. Some things have changed. I've moved. I'm actually in my new bedroom right now. The reason I am currently sitting in front of my camera talking to you is because since I have moved, that means my books have moved as well along with me. So I thought that I would make a little video of me basically setting up my new bookcase and all of my books and everything. So that is what I am going to do right here, right now, today. My books are now gonna live in my room, which I'm really excited about, because it means that I don't have to like go outside of my room to film anymore. I'm gonna drag in my bookcase now. I have settled on a place to put it. I'm gonna put it next to my desk, see how that looks, and then decide. Okay, hi friends. So it has been a minute since I updated the video. Really already at the beginning of the video, not updating sounds right on track for me. So in the last clip that you saw me dragging in the bookcase that I was gonna use in my room. Very quickly after dragging it in, I realized that it really wasn't gonna work. It was dark brown while the furniture in my room is white, and it was too big and it was just not gonna work at all. I have found a temporary solution to the problem, which is this old piece of furniture, cubby set, like box organizer that I've had for years and years. That it was in my room at one point, and then we moved and I gave it to my mom, and so now it's made its way back to me, and it's old and a little bit fucked up. So tomorrow I am going to clean it and get it as nice as I can for now, because that is going to be the bookshelf that I'm going to be using for now, while I can buy a new one in a few months. So I'm going to show you the bookcase now, and then tomorrow, hopefully, I will show you cleaning process and then actually putting my books in. It is a reduced bookcase, so it does mean that a bunch of my books are gonna be staying in storage for a while. I have some plans to how to make it look fun and like how to maximize space. So here we go. Here's the bookcase. So as you can see, it's like cubbies. My hand, hello. The cubbies, and it's like more in line with the size of my desk, so it's not like huge size difference, and it's also white, which will fit in better with the rest of my furniture. So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick little update. I'm excited to get to work on it tomorrow. That was the update. I'm gonna go now. See you tomorrow. Okay, hi friends. So it is Sunday. It is like 3 p.m. already, and I am going to get started on cleaning this bad boy back here. I'm hoping that today I can put in a decent chunk of my books. So I'm gonna deep clean the shit out of this, and I'm gonna spare you that montage, because really nobody needs to see me just like cleaning a freaking thing. And then we are gonna do the whole book arranging, migration and arrangement part of this project. I say migration because my books are in the third room right across the hall from mine, where we stored all my crap while my room was ready. So now I have to drag them over here and find spots and make this cute. So I'm excited to do that. Okay, so I'm done cleaning this thing, and it definitely won't show on camera, but here in person, the difference between before I cleaned it and now is astronomical. It looks way better. The top of this thing still looks atrocious, but I'm gonna stack books on it so it doesn't matter. It won't be showing, so it's fine. So now comes the hard part, which is like actually putting my books in here. I have limited space now. Now I have to really get creative with how I'm gonna display my books, and I have to maximize space. I have to prioritize what I want to show off in my shelf and like what I want to have out and what's gonna stay in boxes. Let me show you the mess that is my current cataloging system, because I now have to find my books within my boxes. Let's just go. Oh God. This room is a mess because it is literally where we're just storing shit. So there's my old bed right there. And so behind those two like huge boxes, there are more boxes with books. And then that one's not mine, but the one behind it is, and that's mine, and that's mine, and those are mine. I now have to find my books and move them over to my room. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna track down all my boxes, put them in my room, and then we'll figure it out. I think that's the best plan of attack I have right now. Okay, so those are all my books. There's 2 more boxes on the other side of the bed as well. So now we get to the fun part in which I have to find places for all of them. This is gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna use this as a time to do a little like unboxing, which I've never done on my channel, because I got this a few days ago. I know what's in here because I ordered it. This was like my little midterms present for myself, like finishing midterms. And I haven't opened it because A, I haven't had the time, and B, I didn't really have any place to put them until now, so I just haven't opened it. So let's go. I'm gonna show you what I got. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm obsessed with the Thorn Chapel series. I got the first book and the last book in the series. This is the first book, this is the last book. I already have the other 2, so I just went ahead, ordered the ones that I was missing from my collection. So yeah, now I have the complete collection. I'll show them to you when I put them in their designated spot. This has been my unboxing, and I'm gonna continue to do what I was doing before. I have no clue where to start. to make a nice coffee. And I ended up having to run an errand, and so when I came back, I completely forgot to press record. But mostly all that I did at the end was this top part over here, which I put some books. I mostly got most of my books in here. I did end up leaving 2 full boxes of books, the medium-sized boxes of books, because they just did not fit. I tried my best, couldn't do it. But this is what my new bookshelf looks like. I will do a little tour tomorrow once I'm not looking and feeling like death. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I will definitely mess around some more with it, and it'll probably look different, especially as I continue to get more books, because reading and book buying are 2 different hobbies. And I'm also planning on putting on some of these string lights that I bought to make it look really cute and cozy. So that'll get done eventually at some point. I don't know when. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I will give you a little tour of all of it tomorrow, because it is very much organized chaos. And now for a little tour of how it ended up. What I didn't show in those clips was these string lights, because these are pretty new and I completely forgot to film the part where I was putting them up. We're just gonna go by each square and I'm gonna show you what's in there. So up here is mostly my YA queer shelf. So we have Aristotle and Dante, they both die at the end. Brokeback Mountain just ended up here because there was nowhere else to put it. All my Alice Oseman's, and then fan art, Falling in Love montage, and Only Mostly Devastated. And then behind here, ooh, I have a few novels that I couldn't fit anywhere else, and then all of my graphic novels back here. Over here we have what I call my babies. So all of Sierra Simone's Thornchapel series, Red, White, and Royal Blue, and then Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. And then behind here is some of my other queer works that I couldn't fit there, and also these are more new adult, and these 3 that I haven't read yet but are on my list to read. Over here we have my classics. I left outside the ones that I haven't read yet, and the ones that I'm most interested to read right now. So this one I have read, but it's very beautiful, so I just wanted to leave it out. And then we have The Odyssey, Dracula, War and Peace, Gulliver's Travels, The Iliad, and The War of the Worlds, and then a few smaller books, also classics, but I just wanted to leave out here. Back here we have all these that I've read, most of them with the exception of Mansfield Park and Emma, which I haven't been able to get through no matter how much I try. Okay, so here in this one is most of my nonfiction books. It's kind of a mix of everything. There's also my portable beat reader, because I honestly didn't know where else to stick it, so it's here. But this entire cube is just nonfiction, and there's more like back here, but I don't really have anything interesting that I want to show off, so that's just that. Down here is an entire box dedicated to Cassandra Clare. All of my Cassandra Clare books are back here. Chain of Iron is back there, and then Immortal Instruments is in the back, and I put The Dark Artifices and The Infernal Devices up front here, and then Ghost of the Shadow Market is just chilling out right there. This isn't supposed to be here. This is out here because I was gonna read it, so I took it out of its place so it would be within easy access, but I might just put it back where it belongs right now. So back here is my YA section that I've already read. So here are Mitch Albom's books, which that's adult, but they just ended up there. And then these are all Rick Riordan's. I realized after I put this together that I should probably put my old copies of Percy Jackson back in the boxes where my other books are, so that there's space for new books. And that occurred to me, and then I haven't done it yet, so there's that. And then up front we have the little sci-fi that I do have, which is, you know, Douglas Adams, and then Sleeping Giants, which I'm gonna reread at some point this year. And then we have one of my favorite YA series of all time, which is the Wake trilogy. I really love these. They're kind of weird, and I love them for that. And then of course, my set of new Percy Jacksons, which Mika got me for Christmas. So a little bit down here in the center, we have basically all of my YA books. So here I have my copy of Cruel Prince, which Skylar got me for my birthday, and then King of Elfheim because Carden was the only person that I gave a shit about in that entire trilogy, so I really wanted this. Emmy, my Arc of Blaze Wrath games, the Illuminate files. Library of Lost Things ended up here. I said in my last video that I would probably be in a box, but no, it's right there. I just hadn't noticed. And then we have The Hate You Give, Suggested Reading, Blaze Wrath games, of course, the Codex, With the Fire on High, Speak, A Wrinkle in Time, American Born Chinese, Frankly in Love, and Gods of Jade and Shadow. So everything that's in the back I've already read, and everything that's in the front are either my prettiest books that I want to keep out front or the ones that are most important to me, like Blaze Wrath games and Poet X and The Hate You Give. And these two are the only ones that are unread yet. So there's that. In this cubby over here, we have a mix of my really pretty classics as well as some of my books in Spanish. This is really the shelf of organized chaos. So we have my books in my small collection of books in Spanish. I think just a few of them ended up in the boxes just because I had them repeated, so I kept the prettier versions. And then my complete collection of Sherlock Holmes because it really didn't fit anywhere else, so it just ended up here. And then we have a few other of my books in Spanish, another gigantic book in Spanish that I own, and two books also in Spanish by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and then my copies of Les Mis, The Divine Comedy, and Grimm Brothers' Complete Fairy Tales. And then down here is also kind of organized chaos. These are mostly my random adult books that just really don't fit any categories. And of course I keep Twilight back there because I plan to reread these at some point to see how trash they are. You can also go watch my review of Twilight. It's on my channel. It's a really fun time because I literally lose my mind in it. And the books that I keep up front are The Book Thief, Rebecca, 1984, Jack London's San Francisco Stories, Reader, I Married Him, which is a collection of short stories inspired on Jane Eyre, Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore, The Honeymooners, In the Walled Garden, which I have no clue what it's about or how it ended up in my shelves, The Bloody Chamber, and The Historian. I also keep up here The Vet's Daughter and The Juniper Tree by Barbara Coleman, and my copy of The Lost Apothecary. Okay, so top shelf, on top of my bookshelf, we have some of my Shakespeare books. You're gonna see that I have a lot of copies of Shakespeare because I'm a total Shakespeare nerd. My gavel from when I did Mock UN. That's a thing. And I have my witch's book back here, and then I have the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo trilogy right here, which I haven't read yet. Once I emptied out this candle thing, I decided to just put all my bookmarks in it. Over here, I just have some art books like Van Gogh, illustrations for The Divine Comedy. This is from a museum in Puerto Rico. This is a soft atlas of Amsterdam. This is from some museum. I don't know which one. And then these are some books that my godmother gave me about writers and the things they wore and how they lived. And this is my book from this semester's Lit Theory and Criticism class. And then this is like a Bluetooth speaker that is just very cute and old-timey. I also have some books laying around on my desk because I'm gonna be teaching these next semester. So I have them out so I can start reading over the summer because I gotta prepare. The last place where my books have come to rest is in this thing back here, which I am using as my nightstand. I also put the pretty lights on it. Here's all my MCU stuff. Like I have a Marvel book, and then I have 2 MCU box sets and a little Iron Man plushie back there. And then all my vinyl is here, and with the 4 CDs that I own, which are from the Twilight movies. Then I have all my DVDs, and then my extensive collection of Shakespeare's down here, along with my 1 book of poems on Emily Dickinson, and I have a full thing on like Introduction to Literature. This was from one of my courses back in university, but I have a bunch of Shakespeare's and the Norton Anthology to Shakespeare. I'm a bit of a Shakespeare nerd. Okay, and here are my final books. I have a copy of Peter Pan and Wendy, which I have not read. The really pretty mythology book, Dr. Zhivago, Catch and Kill, and then this encyclopedia set that I have, and then this cubby mostly stays empty. It has like a tray with all my like random miscellaneous shit and whichever books I'm currently reading at the moment. This one I haven't really started. I'm just putting it there so it'll inspire me to start it, and then I'm gonna start The Song of Achilles today. That has been how I've maintained organized chaos within my collection of books. I know that was like a whole rambly video about just like where my books are these days. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you for spending this time with me. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Come yell at me in the comments. Be sure to support your local indie bookstore. I have been Tati, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye.